PFT Media.
What's up, my dudes? It's Billy D. Welcome to the Post-Mortem.
Shut up and sit down.
As you can see, we're in a different part of my apartment right now. I had to clear out a corner because they're doing some work in the other room, which is where I normally shoot. This is my record room and my screening room and my workstation. Everything is in this room. Enough of that. Let's just jump into the countdown. Number 15. With the holidays just behind us, a lot of people have taken some time to watch this next film. A lot of people don't think that Christmas has started until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower, which means, of course, the next movie is Die Hard. Yeah, it's Die Hard. Die Hard blew everybody's minds when it was released in the late 80s. In the 80s, action films were all about big, brawny dudes, supermen, you know? These were Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, Sylvester Stallone. This was the era of the big, muscly action star. And then here comes this guy, Bruce Willis, fresh off of a comedy television show, and you know, he's an everyman. He doesn't have ripped abs. He doesn't have cool hair. He's just got a mouth and a gun and a pretty decent set of detective skills. And he's visiting his estranged wife in LA. She's having a holiday party at her office at her new high-powered job. He's not too happy about any of this. Terrorism. Ta-da! Hans Gruber and his band of merry men crash this holiday party, and they're there to just steal all the stock bond, or all the bond certificates. Whatever the hell those are. They're worth tons and tons of money. The great thing about Die Hard is, as I mentioned earlier, it's about an everyman. It's about just a guy. He's a cop, so he has training, but essentially anybody could be John McClane. And that's what's so great about Die Hard, and that's what's so disappointing about some of the latter Die Hard sequels. They turned him into a superhero. He's killing helicopters with cars. He's doing all sorts of nonsense in the later films. But in Die Hard, he bleeds, he suffers, you know, he has vulnerable moments. And that's what makes it so special. On top of the fact that it's a Christmas film. And it has a great Christmas message, which is that if you kill enough terrorists, you can go home and celebrate Christmas. Number 14. Number 14 is one of my favorite films to just put on. It's such a big, broad, wild martial arts film that borders on being a Looney Tunes cartoon. And of course, I'm talking about Stephen Chow's Kung Fu Hustle. Kung Fu Hustle is amazing. This movie just brings me so much joy when I watch it. It's a great hero's journey. It's a great martial arts movie. It does so many things so well, and yet I still feel it's very underseen. Stephen Chow has a great presence, great comedic timing. As far as I can tell, a very good martial artist, but that might all be fake. You never know. I cannot recommend Kung Fu Hustle enough, especially if you like martial arts movies. Lucky number 13. This is a movie that gets a lot of shit, and I would say very unfairly, because the source material is some of the greatest of all time, and it's nigh impossible to make a film out of, because it's so big, because it's so epic, because so many things happen. And that, of course, is Watchmen. I saw Watchmen in the theaters twice in one day. Chris can verify this because he was there with me when I saw it twice in one day. And it's a pretty stunning movie, the theatrical version. And then I really think the director's cut is the best cut. Not the ultimate edition. The director's cut is all of Zack Snyder's live action vision for this film. The director's cut's just phenomenal. It's got all the great scenes that were left out of the theatrical cut and none of the animated stuff. And the animated stuff is great. I feel it just breaks the film up too much. Who watches The Watchmen? Hopefully you do. Number 12. Number 12 is Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. It's one of the greatest films of all time. It's one of the greatest war movies of all time. It's one of the blank of all time. Greatest performances, best direction, breakout stars everywhere you look in this film. You've got Marlon Brando, Martin Sheen, Dennis Hopper, first appearance by Lawrence Fishburne, young Harrison Ford, fucking Robert Duvall. There's just it goes on and on and on. It's a great film. If you haven't seen Apocalypse Now, go do that right now. Number 11. I'm going to say number 11 is a controversial choice. It's a controversial choice because I'm not picking part 1. I'm picking part 2. I'm choosing Aliens over Alien. Sorry, I happen to enjoy Aliens a lot more than Alien. I love Alien. It's phenomenal. But Aliens holds a special place in my heart. I've seen it 100 times since I was 7 years old. You know, possibly even more than that. I've watched Aliens with everybody in this audience right now, basically. I've forced so many people to watch Aliens with me, or just had it on. It's one of my favorite action films, my favorite war movies, one of my favorite sci-fi movies. It's got everything I love about sci-fi and action in one tight film. And honestly, you have to see the director's cut because it has such great character moments at the top that make the action at the end that much more intense. And if you haven't seen that special edition, the director's cut, I recommend you run out right now, grab a Blu-ray, and pop it on. It is so fucking good. Aliens. Ooh. Oh, that's it. We are done. We are ready to break into the top 10. Holy shit. This is a great achievement for me. So, I'm going to pat myself on the back, and I will see you guys at number 10. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay cool. I'm Billy D. Where's my... Ah, there you are. Brooklyn's best coffee.
A PFT Media production.